Hi YouTubers, it's Evan next to our house from Portland. We have medical right now, so medical is a big asking hour. I want to talk about right now habit versus addiction. So what does that mean? So you have habit, hobby, addiction. So let me explain. So I'm not a doctor, I'm giving medical advice, I'm not a big ass doctor for life. So for example, hobby is when something is a hobby, like stamp collecting or car collecting, that kind of stuff. Or for example, like bottle collecting, that kind of stuff. You get the point, like a hobby. It's not an unhealthy addiction by any stretch of the imagination. It's just, a hobby. Like I occasionally have wine tasting as a hobby. But then a habit is more like, this is something I have to do, but I'm not like compelled to do it. So like a habit would be my cigar and pipe smoking. It's something I do on a daily basis, like twice a day, occasionally 3 times a day. But if I don't do it, for a few hours, I'm not like, oh, jittery, all shaky, like I have to do it, I'm gonna get withdrawals. I can go, 10 or 12 hours without having a smoke easily. So, some people who are addicted to cigarettes, they have to smoke every half an hour, every 15 minutes to a half an hour. Some people are like chain smokers, big ass smokers for life. So, I can go 8, 10, 12, 14 hours without having to smoke, no problem. So my pipe and cigar smoking is a habit / hobby. So then you have addiction, which is like a full-blown addiction. You have heroin addiction, you have pill addiction, you have self-harm addiction, anorexia. So those are addictions where you have to do it. If you don't do it, if you don't make sure you are skinny or overweight, you end up having withdrawals or some kind of negative physical symptoms. Or for example, if you don't take a pill, if you don't take a certain drug or a substance, you have actual physical withdrawals like headaches, hunger, moodiness, mood swings, or actual more severe symptoms like diarrhea or vomiting. So, and I'm not a doctor giving medical advice, but addictions are bad. You should really try to have as little as possible, or none as possible, ideally. So, not saying you can't live. You can live a normal life being addicted to cigarettes, but it is unhealthy and does have long-term effects. So. When it comes to things like alcohol addiction and drug addiction, they can really significantly impact your life. So, moral of the story is, hobby is more like, I can do this voluntarily. Habit is more like, this is something I choose to do on a regular basis, but I don't have to do it. And addiction is something where you have to do, you're going to have withdrawals. Give yourself to buy Big Ass Girl Fight, Big Ass Addiction for Life. Bye. Medical Thursday. Bye.